In a Pokemon market like today, as crazy as it is, a lot of people are wondering, where exactly should I put my money? Well, if you're a collector, it's really easy. You just collect what you like, and simple as that. But for anyone who's considering investing in Pokemon or probably is new to it, you're wondering, should I just get like singles that I think are going to go up or sealed? And we're mainly going to talk about sealed product today and a lot of risks that come with sealed product. I know it sounds crazy, but I want to take apart a few risks that nobody in this market is really considering right now. And I want you to just take this as a perspective. You take this all, everyone says information out there, but this is someone who's been in it 5 years. I've seen the ups, I've seen downs, and there's been worse times even in the past. And I just want to give you guys a good idea on the potential risks that people are taking, because it's just parabolic right now. And I want to share with you guys a couple things to consider. So yes, while it is true that sealed pretty much, and like literally there has not been a single case of sealed not continuing to go up over the trend of 5-10 years, and it just keeps going up and up and up. That does not discount the fact that, are you somebody who is going to hold this stuff for this long? And the average lifespan of someone in this hobby, no joke, is between 6 months and a year and a half. And a lot of people are going to be all gung-ho and be like, yeah, I'm in it for the long haul. And they're going to grab cases of the newest sets or whatever it is that come out, and a year and a half goes by and they're not holding it long enough. They're going to end up ripping it. Let's be honest, a lot of us are degens. You're going to buy it, you're not going to see it go up as much as you want it to, and you're just going to say, well, what the hey, I'm just going to rip it. Or it does go up quite a bit, and you're like, hey, I'll never get it at this price again. I'm just going to go ahead and rip it right now. That's got to be so many of us, and I've fallen victim to that in the past before, I really got like my business fully together, and I separate my collecting to things that I hold for the business strategically. So consider that. But more importantly, in this video, I wanted to bring up something that no one is really talking about here, and that's that Pokemon products can be reprinted. And I am personally of the belief, based on everything I've seen so far, that there is going to be some sort of substantial holiday reprint this year for Pokemon. The only worry I have is whether it is booster boxes or not. I think Pokemon has got together. I think they are realizing that, we need to hit the market with booster boxes and ETBs and things that are like main staple products, not extra ancillary products. I think they've got that in their head. It's just a matter of when they can catch up on that. I think this holiday season will be a start of that, because we thought Paldean Fates was gone forever. Then they announced a box that's coming out here for the holidays. The Iron Treads and Great Tusk box. That's hitting the market. We're going to be getting Wave 2 of the Mega set, which I know a lot of people think Wave 2 of Mega is just going to keep going up further, and that's totally valid. We're going to see how this plays out. I'm of the belief with Phantasmal Flames hitting right then, along with expecting other holiday reprint boxes. Like, I know we're going to have one with Destined Rivals, the Salamence and Reshiram box come out. That Paldean Fates box, Wave 2 of Mega and Phantasmal, all being crammed in such a short amount of time. There's going to be price disruption. And Mega Evolutions that just came out, yesterday was release day at the time of me recording this. That set is almost certain to me going to go down. We'll see if I'm right or wrong, but I tend to be really early. Over the 5 years of me doing this, I tend to be very early to thinking, some of these things that end up panning out. Sometimes it takes a little longer than I thought. This one is like Wave 2 is going to hit at this time, and it's going to happen. But what I want you to take into account anyways is not any of this stuff, but it's that when a set is still in standard rotation from Pokemon, which Destined Rivals won't even be rotating out until 2027, they have a year and 3 months. A year and 6 months, really, because it happens like usually April. A year and 6 months that they typically reprint, and they have as a window to reprint Destined Rivals still. So the amount of people that are buying it out to 700 a box or pushing it to 500, it's absolutely absurd. And it's a bunch of people who are entering this market now, not realizing that Pokemon is totally capable of reprinting these products and pushing them out there. Why would you take the gamble when there's so many other places to put your money? You could put it in a stock. You can put it in real estate, which I think real estate's a crazy good opportunity right now. I used to be in real estate, just to give you guys that. So like I keep my eye on that. But if you want to put it in Pokemon, why would you put it in something that has the highest risk of being reprinted over anything? Why would you do it? Is it because you can find certain little products at retail? No, if you're an investor, you want to buy typically booster bundles of like special sets. You want to buy booster boxes and ETBs of main series sets, right? Well, why would you buy a $500 Destined Rivals box that has a chance of being reprinted in the next year and a half? Very likely is going to be. This is the highest a modern box has ever gotten within within really 3 months, 4 months of a release coming out. I've never seen a booster box, even of all these guys, go to $500 within 4 months of the set coming out. If that's not a huge red flag to Pokemon to get this product out and churn it, and we need booster boxes and not these loose pack boxes, that's going to be your biggest sign. And we're going to see how that plays out. But why would you put your money there when an out of print proven set, like for example, Sword and Shield Brilliant Stars, still around the $500 mark, why would you not go with a set that is out of print? You don't have to worry about that risk. It's the same amount of money and potentially even has more upside. Cosmic Eclipse box, for example, when it was out of rotation, out of print, you could still find booster boxes for $500, $600, $700. And when we got to Scarlet Violet era, which is one further, those boxes went up to like Cosmic is like $4,000 a box now, and that's like one of the best sets ever. Destined is a really, really good set too, like Paldea Evolved. Paldea Evolved still has like a short window to be reprinted, still like 6 months. Who knows if they will or not? I think they kind of left early Scarlet Violet and need to they're focusing on probably Journey forward, in my opinion, if they're going to do booster boxes and ETB reprints. But why would you not just buy those when Brilliant probably has a chance of a much higher percentage gain in a shorter amount of time than taking the risk on buying Destined boxes at 500 and then a reprint does happen and it comes down? Now I'm going to get hit with the Skip, it doesn't matter because I'm just going to hold it long enough anyway, so it doesn't matter. Well, dude, but why would you do it? The principle is just look at what's happening, look at the risk of you doing it and decide based on that. It makes truly more sense to go with the safe bet, out of print product, hold that, same price point, then why would you take that risk? So basically, I think Sword and Shield's even kind of underpriced still, but Evolving or any of these other Sword and Shield sets, when they reprinted them back in the day, like with Chilling Reign, Fusion Strike, they came down and it took them a while to come up. And if we didn't have a boom, those things still would have been seriously pretty cheap still. And Scarlet and Violet has had this huge uptrend and huge uptick of things in price. And even if you're willing to hold it for a long time, say you buy these Destined Rivals cases at $400 a box. Say you found them at a killer deal for $375, something like that, and you get a case of them, and they reprint it, and they reprint it heavy, and they release it with a bunch of other stuff at the same time. They do a proper reprint like they're supposed to, and these boxes come down to $300 or $250, and you just decide you want to keep holding it. Like I said, remember the average lifespan of someone in this hobby. A year and a half. And when things get slow and you become uninterested in the hobby because it's slow and people aren't really as hype and crazy about things anymore, you discount the amount of people who will leave during that time. Or maybe an era switch comes with going into Gen 10 probably at the start of 2027. There's a lot of people who are going to leave the hobby by then. And whether it's through craziness just still happening or whether it's because of a lack of interest, you might be one of those people too. So what I see is Brilliant Stars in a year and a half is not going to have a problem if you decide to get out of it then. If you happen to get your Destined Rivals at $400 a box, they reprint it, the amount of time it's going to take that to come back up is going to be longer than if you just got your Brilliant Stars and you held that thing originally. You're risking the amount of time based on how much they reprint. Shining Fates was one that people were buying it at $100 in ETB just to get it. Then they smacked the market multiple times like crazy. And Brian, I know it's not the best set, but dude, it stayed at MSRP for 4 years after it came out. That's crazy. And that's how things are normally. You have to be okay with that. And stores and, people like me who get hundreds of cases of stuff, it's okay. That was the business model we were used to, is just sort of churning thing at a little bit better than a break even, 5-10% if you could. Sometimes you have to sell it at a loss. But in a market like this, if you're a store, you're literally getting prices you would have to wait 3 years plus to get. And you can get it on release. Mega Evolutions, $300 a box. Dude, I would have been so happy back then to be able to get 120 for a box. I had to sell for like 110, and even then it was like kind of slow with it. But you'd be so happy to get 120 a box. Now, and then I hold all those sets and wait till they go up to 300. I wait like 3-4 years because I don't want to take the loss on it. That's just how it was. Now, I'm immediately getting that gain on a release of a new set. Immediately. So I don't really have a benefit to holding it longer. I'll keep a few cases because the cases I sell, more than pay for those. Basically, I have no cost basis on that. Just keep those and I store them away, whatever. That's fine. But when you're someone who's buying these things, I got to think of like a normal Pokemon investor who hasn't built a store over 5 years, and look at it. Like, hey, why would you put the high level in it when you know that and the Florida MSRP within a 1.5 year period, there's a big gap there. And if you buy like up here, you can go down. You can go down quite a bit. That's what I don't like about the Japanese market, and why I've mostly stayed away from it, is because on a new release, you get the premium, but if you're not the guy who sells it right then and there, and for a thin margin, mind you, it's a very small margin when you sell Japanese right there. But if you don't sell it fast enough, you go down. When the tariffs and stuff are going, you'll see you could sell a box typically for like $60 on release, and then if you didn't sell it within the first week and a half, it would go down to like $35-$40, and you took, like, why take the risk? For me, it's like, if there's that much of a gap, I'm only gonna buy Japanese when it's at already wholesale price, basically. And that's just kind of my principle with English. So look at things that are maybe out of print and go for that type of stuff if it's within your price point. Like, again, destined versus that. The risk it doesn't make sense. And again, this is just my perspective. You could be somebody who's like, everything's going to go up forever. And again, with sealed, that's going to be it. But you got to consider the amount of time that you've been in this, your cost basis, and a lot of things that already start with hype typically have slower long-term growth than the underrated set, basically. The underrated set, that's still really good, but it's an underrated one. Like Shrouded, I don't know if I'd really put that one in there. Like, that's not an underrated, but it's an underdog sort of set. If you want to put all of it in there, you're going to have low sales volume. Like Crimson Invasion from Sun and Moon. That's a set with really low sales volume, and even if the price is higher than it used to be, you're still going to have low sales volume. It's going to be hard to liquidate eventually. If you get the set that's like an underdog and popular, like Fusion Strikes was, it has crazy cards and people just didn't see it. Paldea Evolved, from day one, that set came out, I'm like, this is a banger of the era. I don't even know how they top like something like this. They have, but Paldea is like top 2 for me. That set, that is one I stocked up on, and holy moly, Paldea is my favorite. It's just so good, regardless of it. And that one it's up. I had a much higher gain than stocking up on Shrouded Fable and waiting it to go to what it is now. And even now, I still have Shrouded Fable. Even though the price has gone up on it, it's hard to sell. If I list Paldea Evolved on my website, it is gone within 24 hours. No matter how much I list, no matter what it is just gone. Maybe just loose packs stay, or if I keep certain things in stock for live stream, but a booster box goes up, an ETB goes up, they're gone. Just how it is. Hopefully this video gave you guys a little bit of perspective and to think about it, that there actually are risks in this market. No matter what people are saying, there's risks in this market, and whether or not I have an unpopular opinion or not, it doesn't mean the risk isn't there still. So hopefully you take that into perspective. If you have questions or thoughts, leave it in the comments below. And man, this is kind of a rant, wasn't it? Have a good one.